Okay, today we're playing Martin, and we're not going to be able to see the pieces. So you can see here there's a setting. You can choose what you want your pieces to look like, and we're just going to choose the option where there are no pieces. So let's do it. Okay, so we're going to play as a random color. Let's see what we get. Okay, we end up getting white. Now, I'm very happy about that because I've been practicing, but I've only been practicing thinking about it from White's perspective. So a little bit scared. Our goal is to play a familiar opening. Now, Martin's rated 250, so I don't think he's going to play an actual opening, but we're going to try, okay? And then our other goal is we want to simplify quickly so that there's not as many pieces to remember. Is it going to work? I have no idea. Okay, we're going to start with e4. And okay, this is already. Wait, no, this is the peer. Okay, d6. I actually do know theory here. Okay, we're going to play d4. E5? Nah, I got nothing. So if we trade, we can take the queen and the king will move. And I think already that's good. I think already we're simplifying. Okay, so I'm just going to go for this d takes e5. Okay, and we got d takes e5 back. So let's trade queens. Okay. So now we want to bring our knight to f3, I think. All right, and we got a check. I'm going to play c3. Okay, we get h5. So we can just take that bishop. This is why I'm playing Martin, so that I have a chance. Okay, but we got to remember that he played h5 because these like sneaky pawn moves, I feel like these are the easiest ones to forget. Okay, he played bishop d7. So I think we can take the pawn on e5 with our knight, and then we're attacking the bishop on d7, and also we're threatening the fork on f7. I think that should be good. h6. Oh, rook h6. Okay. Whew. I was like, I thought he played h5. I didn't think pawns were allowed to move backwards. Okay, so it's funny that actually is still a fork on f7, I think, with the king and the rook. Let's play it. Okay, the king's on e8 now. Let's take the rook. And then g takes h6. Okay, so now the pawn structure, I gotta remember where all the pawns are is kind of the problem. So I think the only pawns Martin has on this side of the board are there's a double pawn here and here. And then I think these three are still in the same starting position. Oh, wait, hang on. I think my bishop can take this pawn. No, because the knight starting on g8 could take that. Let's just develop our pieces. Maybe I'll get my knight in. We'll play knight c3. This isn't something that should be done, but maybe what I'll do is I'll play knight d5, and we're threatening, the rook is actually trapped. So if Martin makes a random move, we can play knight takes c7 and we'll take the rook, even though it's not a fork with the king anymore because it's not on not on e8. King f7. So now the rook is trapped, and I think we should be winning the rook. We also have bishop c4, which threatens a revealed attack, and then we can take the knight, trading off more material. So if he plays b5, now when we play knight c7 check, he can take the bishop, and then we're not winning the rook. I don't know. Let's just take the rook. I feel like I'm trying to like play too good. Okay. Okay, and you didn't even. Oh wait, there was nothing that could have taken back my knight, so that's good. Now we got to remember where everything is. So what pieces does Martin have left? I think Martin's light square bishop is still there on c8. He played h5. Oh, don't we have a pawn on b4? So we can actually just take that. Oops. Because the pawn captured the bishop. Let's just take that pawn. Ooh. Okay, yeah. So I did forget. Right in the opening, Martin moved the bishop to d7. I totally forgot. Okay, so now the bishop's on a4. We don't have anything on d1. That doesn't matter. I think Martin still has a knight on g8. Trying to think if we can organize a mate. Bishop on c4 would cover f7. And then if we put the knight back on c7, that would cover e8, I believe. So we can build a mating net here. So we can play knight c7, bishop c4, and then bishop, what square would that be? c5? Yeah, I think if we teleport our bishop to c5 with our knight on c7 and our bishop on c4, I think that would be checkmate. Okay, so this is the plan. Let's go for mate. Let's play bishop c4. Okay, we get bishop d7. Okay, and then let's play knight c7. Just gonna make sure I'm not hanging anything. I don't think Martin has any pieces left is the thing. Okay, we get b6. All right, now we got to get our bishop to c5. So it's actually funny that b6 defends against our bishop moving to c5. You know what? I forgot about g7 because the pawn took on h6. And the knight still defends h6, so we can't even take that. Okay. Wait, hang on a sec. I think we can just take that pawn with our a pawn, right? Okay. Actually, we might just be able to promote. Okay, we get h4. No threat there. Let's see if we can promote this pawn. Wait, well, there's a knight on b8, so no. What if we play bishop f4? Let's do it. Our knight's in the way right now, but we can trade that off. Okay, we get bishop c6. We have a pawn here. Okay, so let's play check. And then now we can take the knight. Oh, actually, I just realized that bishop is threatening our pawn. Huh. And wait, our bishop's still on c4. Okay, hang on. So we can take that bishop now with a revealed attack. Let's put double check. So if I miss any captures or anything, we don't have to worry because it's double check. Okay, we'll take that bishop. I don't think there's anything that can take that back. Oh yeah, the knight. Okay, but that makes sense. And now our bishop that's on f4 is defending g8. So let's push our pawn. And then this should be a check. Wait, no, where did the king move to? King e8, yeah. This should be check then. And then we can take the knight on a7. All right, bishop d6. I think this is going to be mate now. And then we can play... Wait, is there a knight on g8? Hang on, let's take the g8 knight. And then we have mate on e7. Oh, for some reason, the king was on e8. And then we have mate on c7 now. Okay, we did it. Wow, 95.4 is crazy. I think it's really easy to get a high number when your opponent does not play well. Oh my god. Okay, so it actually looks like I didn't make any big mistakes during the game. Towards the end, I was gonna play... So I got mixed up on where the king was towards the end. And yeah, I was gonna play here. I was gonna play queen c7, king e8, and then I was gonna play queen e7 thinking it's mate, but then the knight can take. So I'm happy I remembered that the knight was there and I took it. Like that knight was actually hanging too for a while. Okay, well I beat Martin pretty convincingly, I'd say. I did lose track of the pieces. Like, for example, I lost track of that bishop. So Martin played bishop d7, and I forgot that the bishop had moved here. So I kind of just got lucky that I never put my pieces on any of those squares. But yeah, if you enjoyed, let me know, and maybe I'll play Nelson next. Nelson is the famous bot who brings out their queen in the opening and tries to take all your pieces. So let me know if you want to see that. Thanks for watching. Bye.